The other day on the Play EDH Discord channel, we were talking about one of the worst cards in Magic's history, Wood Elemental. Wood Elemental is a 3 generic, 1 green elemental creature who, on top of that already kind of steep casting cost, requires you to sacrifice any amount of untapped forests. Wood Elemental then enters the battlefield with power and toughness equal to the number of forests you sacrificed. That means, if you want a 2/2 elemental with no useful effects, you have to spend 4 mana and sacrifice 2 lands. It's not just bad, it's infamously bad. And yet, while thinking about Wood Elemental, that little, annoying, obtuse bit of my brain was like, no, Joe. You have to make this work somehow. I wanted to embrace Wood Elemental and try and build a commander deck that plays to its, well, not strengths, exactly. But I wanted Wood Elemental to be a driving force in a deck somehow. This isn't a deck I ever recommend you build. It's expensive, and it has a Wood Elemental in it. Unfortunately, Wood Elemental isn't a legendary creature and so we can't run it as our commander. Instead, I chose the Zendikar Rising legendary Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. There are a few reasons for this. First, making all your non-token creatures lands can protect them from a lot of the most common removal spells, giving you a bit more breathing room to build up your board presence for the payoff. Secondly, Ashaya turns creatures into forests. Wood Elemental only cares about how many forests you sacrifice. With this, we can somewhat offset Wood Elemental's awful casting costs by sacrificing creatures instead of precious lands, potentially turning it into a nice and chunky creature with lots of the pain. A great card to include in any monocolored commander deck is Commander's Plate. It gives the equipped creature protection from white, black, blue and red, all colors which have much better removal than green. Either attach it to Ashaya to keep everything you own as a land, or throw it onto other key parts of the deck, like Nyx's Bloom Ancient, and you'll be laughing all the way to victory. There are 2 elements of this deck, land recursion, and landfall. The plan is to dump a load of land into our graveyard, bring it back, and trigger lots and lots of landfall effects in order to win the game.